It was 7:58 a.m. when the gates of Lincoln High creaked open to welcome another day. Students trudged in with bags slung over shoulders, earbuds in ears, and heads down, already exhausted by the thought of a Monday morning. Among them, no one noticed the quiet new girl standing outside the gate, clutching her transfer papers and a notebook tighter than a lifeline. Her name was Sienna Blake, and this was her 6th school in 4 years. She adjusted the hoodie over her braided black hair, her gray eyes scanning the building like it was a military compound. She didn't look scared. She looked prepared. A thin layer of mist clung to the yard. The bell hadn't rung yet, but the courtyard was already buzzing. In one corner, the jocks tossed a football. In another, popular. Girls gossiped while scrolling through their phones. And by the rusted dumpster near the west side of the building, a scene unfolded that caught Sienna's attention instantly. 3 boys had cornered a lanky, pale kid with thick glasses and shoes so worn they looked like paper. His backpack had been torn open, its contents scattered on the concrete. Crumpled notebooks, an inhaler, and a plastic container with what looked like mashed-up spaghetti. "Pick it up, freak," sneered one of the bullies, a tall, smug-faced senior in a varsity jacket. The other 2, shorter but broader, laughed cruelly. The boy hesitated, crouching down to grab his inhaler first. "Oops!" One of them kicked it further down the path. Sienna's boots tapped softly as she approached the group. Nobody noticed her until she cleared her throat. "Hey!" The leader turned around, eyebrow raised. "You lost." Sienna didn't answer. She was staring at the boy on the ground, whose eyes were already misty. His hand shook as he reached for his inhaler again. Her jaw clenched. "I said, are you lost? New girl." Sienna's eyes flicked to him. "No. But you're about to be." The jocks blinked, stunned at the confidence in her voice. She couldn't have weighed more than 110 pounds. She was a stranger here, and yet she stepped closer, now standing between them and the kid. "You got a problem," the leader said, chest puffed. Sienna didn't flinch. "Yeah, I don't like watching cowards gang up on one person." The bigger of the 2 sidekicks snorted. "This isn't your business. Little Miss Kung Fu." "You're right," she said. Then she dropped her backpack slowly. "But now I'm making it mine." Everything happened in seconds. One of the bullies lunged, expecting her to scream or dodge. Instead, she pivoted, grabbing his wrist mid-swing and using his own momentum to flip him flat on his back with a loud "Tchimp." Gasps echoed across the courtyard. The leader stepped forward, furious. "You're gonna regret that." He barely got the words out before Sienna launched a spinning side, kick straight into his chest. He staggered backward, stunned, nearly tripping over the curb. The last one tried to bear hug her, but she ducked under, hooked his leg, and swept him clean onto the concrete with a grunt. He rolled away, groaning. Silence. Dozens of students had gathered. Phones were out. Mouths hung open. Sienna calmly picked up the inhaler and walked over to the boy. She crouched down and handed it to him. "You okay?" He nodded, eyes wide behind his glasses. "What's your name?" "Lucas," he stammered. She gave a small smile. "I'm Sienna. Let's get you to class." The bell rang. The school couldn't stop buzzing. The girl who flattened 3 bullies on her first day had become an overnight legend. Every hallway whispered about her. Some students tried to high-five her. Some gave her a wide berth like she was radioactive. But Sienna didn't care. She just wanted to get through the day. Her first class was world history. She walked in, took the seat in the back, and opened her notebook. The teacher paused mid-roll call. "Miss Blake," the teacher said, peering over his glasses. "Present," she answered. The moment passed. But Lucas, now sitting near the front, kept turning to look at her. Not in fear, but admiration. During lunch, she spotted him sitting alone under the oak tree near the field. His tray held a small salad and a juice box. A few students gave him side eyes as they passed, whispering. Sienna approached with her tray and sat down across from him. "You don't have to sit here," Lucas said. Not meeting her eyes. "People already think I'm a loser." "Let them think what they want," she said, stabbing a carrot with her fork. "I know better." Lucas finally looked up. "Why did you help me this morning?" She shrugged. "Because someone should have." He hesitated. Most people don't. Well, Sienna said with a small grin. I'm not most people. Lucas stared at her for a moment. You were trained, weren't you? Sienna blinked. He lowered his voice. That throw. The kick. You've done that before. Sienna glanced around, leaned in. My dad's a former special forces instructor. I grew up learning things most girls only see in movies. Lucas let out a breath, impressed. But don't go telling everyone. I like staying under the radar, she added. Lucas nodded solemnly. Your secret's safe. By 7th period, Sienna had already been called to the principal's office. Principal Jennings was a stern woman in her 60s with icy eyes and neatly combed gray hair. Miss Blake, we have security footage of this morning's incident. As Sienna sat calmly back straight. I was defending a student. I understand, Jennings said slowly, and believe me, I'm grateful no one was seriously hurt. But violence, regardless of intent, is against school policy. Sienna raised an eyebrow. So is bullying, isn't it? Jennings pursed her lips. Those boys have been reported multiple times, she admitted, but nothing ever stuck. No witnesses were willing to come forward. Maybe they will now. Jennings leaned back, folding her hands. You're a fascinating student, Miss Blake. Top grades, clean record, multiple school transfers. Sienna said nothing. Why so many moves? Oh, she paused. My father's job keeps us moving. Jennings looked at her for a long moment, then nodded. Very well. You'll receive a warning today, not a suspension. But if there's another incident? There won't be, Sienna said. That afternoon, as students flooded the exits and buses, lined up like giant yellow ants, Lucas found Sienna waiting near the side gate. You coming to school tomorrow? He asked. Yeah, you. He gave a lopsided smile. Wouldn't miss it. Just then, a small girl with a twisted leg, walking slowly on crutches, dropped her bag as two seniors laughed and walked by without helping. Before she could even reach for it, Sienna was already there, picking it up and handing it to her with a warm smile. The girl looked shocked, then smiled back. Thank you. Lucas watched in awe. You don't stop, do you? He asked as they walked out. Sienna shrugged. The world's already full of people who look away. I'd rather be the one who doesn't. That night, a video of the fight had already gone viral among local schools. Comments flooded in. New girl's a beast. Finally, someone took those jerks down. Protect her at all costs. Sienna lay on her bed, staring at the ceiling. For the first time in years, she felt like maybe, just maybe, this school wouldn't just be another stop. It might actually be home.